What's going on, y'all? My name is App, and welcome back to the junkyard. Ha 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 ha! It's only been a month, and it's also a day later than it's supposed to be. On top of that, a month and a day, 29 days later. I don't remember the last one I posted was even on time. Who knows? Who even knows anymore? Guess what I'm going to talk about today? Something I've already talked about 8 billion times. What the fuck was I doing last time? Pardon my French. Jeez. What was I? I'm going to talk about something I probably talked about a billion times. I only have about 3 topics on this channel. One of them is YouTube and content creation. One of them is self-help, and I guess not self-help even, just self-improvement. And I'm doing both of those today. And I'm putting a very dramatic title because I said on Twitch stream earlier today when I was streaming, I was going to put a really dramatic title when I recorded this. And I wasn't recording. I was like, I already said on Twitch I'm going to do it, so now I got to do it low-key. What the hell is it doing? Why is there cows in the ocean? They're rolling down in the deep. Whatever. But yeah. Title of this video, something along the lines of, who am I and who do I want to be? There's no reason to up it for the dramatics. Basically, who I am right now. Who am I? A chud, frankly. I'm not a typical everyday chud. This is what I said in stream earlier. Some of my chat said, I'm not going to call him out by name, but I know him by name. Oh, dude, these clouds are low as hell, dude. Is this how they always are? I'm getting so off course. But he said in the chat, he said, I'm finally starting to go to the gym. I never thought I'd ever go to the gym before. Or something along the lines of this. I never thought I would be going to the gym. My buddies convinced me, and I need to unchud myself. And I was like, started talking about the gym a little bit. I'm like, low-key, I go to the gym. Not low-key go to the gym. I do go to the gym. And low-key, I'm still a chud. And you know why? Because I do not take that shit seriously enough. And I know I don't. And that's a problem. Right now, and this is going to sound worse than it is. Let me just preface that. Right now, I'm on a 3-day-a-week split. Not a ton of going to the gym, frankly. However, it's not that bad of a split, honestly. And if I actually tried harder while I was there, it would make a lot of progress, I'm sure, but I don't. And I don't count my calories. I don't do anything really. I might give my dog one of these porks. I'll give him a cooked one. Why not? I don't count my calories. I don't count my macros, whatever. I don't really take it that serious. I kind of just go there. I wouldn't say half-ass. Probably like 75% ass my workout and then leave. I'm not going to break down everything I do right now. But I need to start going more. And the problem is, I mean, I can make a billion excuses for myself, obviously. I'm going to make an excuse right now anyways. I'm aware it's an excuse. And it doesn't make it any better. But at least I'm bringing acknowledgement to it. Right now, if you guys didn't know, my parents have a lake house. I say my parents. My family has a lake house. And my mom and dad do. I mean, like, we got it when I was in, was I in high school or was I in junior high? Either way, I was like probably 16, 15 when we got it. I live with my parents still, even though I'm 22 years old. No big deal about that, obviously. I got friends that I have a friend that makes $100,000 a year and he lives with his parents still. But I'm getting so off track. But basically, I go out of town very often because we're going to our lake house, and my dad works from home. My mom is a stay-at-home mom. Even though we're both adults, she doesn't have a job. Me and my brother are both adults. She doesn't have a job still. She doesn't need one. My dad makes good enough money. He works from home. Pretty loose scheduling at this point of his career. So we can kind of just go up whenever. And that means that my scheduling is very off. Unless I want to drive myself every time, and I don't, because I have to add a lot of gas and a lot of miles on my car. So my schedule of like life is just always off, like weird, in the summer. So I'm on a 3-day routine because I can like fit 3 days to go into the gym in almost every single week. Where I can't fit in like 5, which is what I want to do. But yeah, that's just like one aspect really. But I do want to. I said like about it I probably have at least 15 times on this channel said I want to get jacked, and I just don't take it seriously enough. And for all I know, in 6 months from now, I might be coming back and being like, yeah, I haven't taken it seriously enough. But hopefully that's not the case this time around. I'm gonna try to hold myself to a higher standard. I've probably been under expecting myself, having too low of expectations of myself, under expecting myself. I don't know. And it's not even like from a place of ego, I don't think. But obviously, everything you do is probably everything that could benefit you or really can be boiled down to being from a place of ego, in one way or another. I don't think it's a place of ego when I say I don't think I'm like too smart, too dumb for my own good or anything like that. And I don't think I say it with an ego of being like, oh, I'm super smart, or oh, I'm super dumb in like a snarky, sarcastic way. But I do need to become a better version of myself. I want to read more. I've said that. I think that was one of my New Year's resolutions. I haven't read whatsoever. And I just gotta hold myself to a higher standard. Become a better version of myself. It's obviously a little bit ego to be like, there is a better version of myself that I can become. That I'm not, but it's also a bit of humility to be able to admit to yourself that you're not that right now. But in calling it humility and saying that you're not there yet is also an extent an ego-driven thing in itself. So I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. I probably am. Oh, my axe broke. Great. I don't know what I'm doing in Minecraft right now. I'm kind of just like breaking trees to do it. What else? Oh, now it's time for me to talk about content creation stuff. So I was talking to my friend Riffy yesterday, 2 days ago, whenever it was. He has a YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers because he's Mr. Viral. And he's trying to transition his content, and it's a little bit of a bumpy ride to say the least. For him in his transition. Makes it sound like he's like transitioning genders or something. That's not what I mean. In his transition to his different style of content he wants to do. But I was talking to him about stuff, and we started talking about Joe Bartolozzi a little bit. And I've talked to him about him before, because he likes the style he does. I like the style Joe does. And it's like, I could just kind of like, I want to call it an epiphany, because I kind of had the thought of my own before this, and I kind of just further developed the thought when I was talking to him in this. But I was like, I kind of want to be, I think my whole goal was always to be like a streamer in this. And I think I should just lock in on that too. But also, I was doing some like a reconnaissance on a content creation, mostly on TikTok recently. And I think what I want to start doing, there's this dude on TikTok named Higher Up Wellness, and I was talking about my 3-day workouts before. I started doing a 3-day workout split because of him. He had one, and I just kind of manipulated a little bit to fit my needs a little bit better. But anyway, he talks about this thing called the Higher Up Wellness Challenge. I don't know if it's actually called that. I think people call it that, or something along those lines. I don't know if he's ever actually called it that. However, it's basically, he says, it's a public speaking challenge where you get on every single day for 30 days. You make a new TikTok account. And every day for 30 days, you just kind of look into the camera and talk about speak your mind. No cuts, no blah, 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 blah. No ands, or not ands. No no long pauses, nothing like that. So it's kind of just like develop your speaking a little bit. I talked about that a little bit before on here, I think. I don't know if I said Higher Up Wellness by name, but I did talk about the idea of like learning to become like a better speaker in general on this channel before. But it's like, but he also talks a lot recently about I think you're supposed to make a regular axe, not pickaxe. He also talked a lot recently that I'm seeing, at least what I'm seeing, about growing content in general. And he's like, if you just got on TikTok every day and just made videos of speaking your mind, you will probably grow an audience just if you stay consistent. Because basically everyone out there has someone else out there, or a group of people out there that would like to hear what they have to say if they articulate their points, and like to hear what they're thinking about if they know how to articulate their points. I don't really know how to do that, but that's not the point. Point is, I think I'm gonna make a TikTok new TikTok page where I kind of just like go on there and talk about whatever hell I want, post whatever hell I want. There's this dude Spice 2004. He's got Gumball from Amazing More Gumball as his profile picture. And he used to do like skits and he started just talking about stuff. Now he literally just posts whatever the hell he wants and just like he is the content. Like his face being in the video is the content. And I'm looking at like Joe Bartolozzi, who like he had a gimmick obviously of his angry rants, I guess you would call it. Super angry ranting. That'll be the thumbnail, sure. Super angry ranting on TikTok about stuff that doesn't even matter, like bullshit. And he slowly just transitioned away from that into just like being more of a real version of himself. But basically he got to start on TikTok by just being a guy. And the content was him just talking. It used to be him talking really angrily, and then it slowly transitioned to him just talking. Giving his take on things. He's saying his piece on random stuff. I'm like, I feel like I can probably make a take. I talk a lot. I can definitely you can definitely pull my rope and I'll spin you a tale. It might not be anything that matters or makes sense. But words will definitely come out of my mouth, that's for damn sure. And there's a lot of people I look up to a little bit that I'm like, frankly, if I was able to learn how to talk more, and not like talk more as in the more amounts of talking, more as in if I became better at talking, I'd be able to be more engaging, more entertaining, more funny maybe, because like Norm Macdonald, his whole thing is just telling funny stories basically, and the way he tells them was the funny bit. I say was, he passed away. But anywho. Yeah, basically, this whole thing is I need to go to the gym more and get in better shape. I need to I didn't mention this before, I need to get a better schedule for my life in general. I kind of just like get up whenever and do my work for the day and then go to bed whenever. But I need to get a better schedule. But basically, the only thing I have scheduled right now is like when I go to the gym. But in the fall, I'll change that. I keep saying in the fall, which is so lame, so stupid. I need to learn better words because I'm tempted to say, for a lack of better term, gay. But I probably shouldn't say that because it's not gay. I wouldn't say. But it's so lame to say I'm doing it at this time in some time. But really, I probably could swing it, but I just don't want to buy a gym membership up by our lake house is the main thing. And for some reason, my whole life-changing ideation of myself hinges on that fact. But it's going to continue to. So September 1st, what's that? September 1st. Shit's going to change my life in general, I guess. I'm going to change everything. But I'm probably going to make this new TikTok page before then. I need to come up with something. I don't know if I'm going to do even an app. I was thinking about doing Toenail or Mudworth. Those are the names I use in college football for my characters. Mudworth Winston and Toenail Glenn. Mudworth Winston is my my NHL character in clubs. I know the last like 4 minutes of this video is me and me staring out the window watching the sun go down and the stars pass by while I talk. Hope you guys like the sound of my voice enough to stick around. I have my OBS open so for my stream. Most recent message in my chat is just get your shit together. How inspiring. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for not being here for a month. I probably won't be here I'm not going to be here next Sunday. Sunday morning. I'm going to be on until Sunday late afternoon. So if I post a video next week, it'll probably be Monday as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. If nothing else, hope you like listening to my voice and hearing me complain about my problems make you feel better about your problems. Or just feel seen, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you all next week.